What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about crypto today. Not crypto. We are talking about a stock. We're talking about NIU, not talking about crypto. We are right now. It looks like a red day. Technically, it's not. If you look at the percentage up here, it says plus 22%. It's only red because the day opened up here, so it's below where it opened, but it is green compared to yesterday's close. Anyways, we did just go down. We're down a little bit, actually. We've kind of been going down all day since the morning pump. And we just closed this gap. Actually, I think this is a very bullish move. As long as we don't close below 445 here, we can go below it. We can wick below it, but as long as we don't close below it on a daily time frame, I'm not worried about this at all. I think it actually looks good. Bearish candles don't scare me on this chart. This was a very bearish candle here, and then we had a pump right afterwards. Very bearish candle here, pump afterwards, right? Very not very bearish, but pretty bearish. Very bearish candle here. 2 days later, pumped, right? I'm not worried about this, and as long as we hold the 886, I'm definitely not worried about it. I would look for extensions to happen here and even deeper extensions. It wouldn't surprise me if we came back down, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if we came up. We closed the gap. I think it is a good buying opportunity here. If you want to wait for lower prices, go for it. I don't think it's too late to catch the boat. I think we're definitely at non-ideal areas of buying. That's why you have to have kind of like tighter stops, but let's look at another fib here. If we're looking at from the top to bottom of this one on a weekly basis to make it look cleaner, we just found resistance at the 618. This is pretty significant. It's expected that happens. I would like in the next week or two, I would really like to see us get above the 618. Literally in the next week or two, basically by the beginning of July, by the first week of July, I'd like to see us get above this orange line. Because if we can, and when we do, that would put this $7.40 range to $11. That'd put this whole range at play, and that would be really nice. That'd be a good, and it would happen probably fast. It would probably happen just like it did here, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. It would happen pretty fast. We'd get some sizable moves up. But from the current price, at a minimum, I would expect a 60% increase in price to, maybe at a maximum 138%. 60 to 138% in a very short amount of time, relatively speaking. When I say short amount of time, I mean like a month, half a month, maybe a month and a half, something like that. Between now and like the middle of July, I kind of would expect to see a move. At least that would take us above here. And if it's going to go above here, it's going to go to one of these lines. Okay, so that's my logic behind it. If we look at the RSI, looking at the RSI, we're above the 50 on a weekly. We tested resistance here, confirmed support at previous areas of resistance on the RSI. We went above the 50. We're looking good. We're at new highs. We're building higher highs and higher lows all the way through. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. The weekly long-term RSI is below the 50, which isn't ideal, but that's okay. We are below the purple line, so that's it's totally fine. We are postured upwards. Not a whole lot to say on that, kind of. I know it's hard to see here, but let me see. Maybe if we zoom in like this. If we're looking at it, the long-term RSI, it does look like it wants to shift direction. It looks like it has a nice kind of like cupping pattern here. It wants to shift direction. And this is good. The long-term RSI looking like this instead of like this is definitely a healthy sign that we might be seeing a trend kind of change, at least in the short term. The MA is pointed to the downside. We are a long ways away from it. It wouldn't surprise me if we interacted with it at some point. And, in the coming weeks, if we were to touch down in like September, this thing would come lower. This would be right around that 1886 area that I was just talking about, right? It'd be like right around there. So this could happen. We could touch this line, maybe find resistance on it, come back down to the 1618, 1272, the 100, 886, whatever. We can come back down and find support on previous areas. And in fact, I would expect that to happen because NIU, whenever it moves up, man, like right here, we had a day where it dropped 10%, and then it went up, right? Here, it had a nice big day up, and then the next day that followed, it literally from top to bottom, it dropped 20%, and then up again. And then from top to bottom here, we dropped, I guess in one day, we dropped 31%, and then sideways and then up again. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is, along the way up there, we are going to have moves that come down. Those are only going to be, in my opinion, good for buying. Definitely not good for selling. Don't sell on the way down. Sell on the way up. That's my recommendation. And anyways, I think that's really all I got to say for this one. The to be expected price areas, the price areas to be expected, in my opinion, are $7.40 to $11, somewhere in there, at least in the near-term time frame, the short-term time frame. Before we even look at that, though, we have to get above the 618. This price has to, and when I say has to, I would really like to see it happen in the next week to 2 weeks. Next week would be great, but the week after that at the latest. It would have to happen now, because if not, we're running the risk of this looking like a resistance point, like a kind of point of, like, let's see here, kind of like we did last time. From the top here to the bottom, resistance, didn't get above it, couldn't get, you know what I mean? I want to see us, and again, it wicked above it, but I want to see it close above. So, this fib might even be more significant than the one I was just showing, to be completely fair. This one might be even more significant, and it's got deeper extensions, so I'm okay with that. But let's just see. We'll pay attention to both of them and see, because this is respecting the 236. We respected the 382 even a little bit. Let's see how it interacts. Right now, I would say my focus is more on this one, because this is the more relative one, in my opinion. And we are showing respect on the 618, at least right now. So I think this one is to be watched. Let's just see how we do with the price at 482. See how we do around there, 483. If we get above it, if and when we get above it, it's go time, man. This thing's gonna, we're gonna get like a price pump that's anywhere from 60 to 100%, maybe more than that, maybe 130, maybe more than that even. It all depends. But right now, this is the line to watch, the 618, and it's from this high to this low. That's the line to watch. Anyways. On a daily time frame, I want to see if we've got any indicators on the RSI here. Nothing really. We're above the purple line, which is nice, but nothing to get really too excited about on the indicators. Being overbought is nice, at least if you want to see strong moves. Staying out of the oversold zone is nice. Building higher lows is nice. It'd be cool if we got an overbought move that had a higher high than this. But if not, that's okay. I'd really like, on this RSI, I'd really like us to hold above the 50 level. If we go below it, get back above it immediately, but try to hold this 50 level. Even hold the 60 level. That would really be nice, but hold the 60 and the 50, those areas would be nice. Stay in the upper areas of this RSI so that you can maintain strength and show that you're maintaining strength. And then the long-term RSI, I want to see this guy get above the 50. We need to keep making strides up to the 50. It looks like we are. It looks like we're on a nice trajectory upwards. Good uptrend on the daily. If this was a range, if we were to do it like a channel, right? Nope, that's not it. A channel. There we go. We're kind of like in the midpoint of this channel. The upper points have yet to come. So I do think right now is a perfectly fine time to buy NIU, honestly. I think that it's going to be a good coming month for this asset. And right now I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see how it interacts with that 483 level. Once we get above there, it'll become more obvious and less deniable that we're gonna see those extensions around prices that are higher than this high here. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you want, subscribe to see more. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Just very much have a good day. Live a good life. Try not to, if you're angry, try to breathe. Try to just, calm down. You're less likely to make a bad decision whenever you're calm than whenever you're angry. I promise you. So just take a breath. And if you're not having a bad day, you're having a great day, keep it going, man. Spread that to the people who aren't having a good day. They need it. So, let's all just have a good day, and then I'll see you next time. All right, take it easy.